We'll begin with Doug McIntyre from Fox.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, Gio. Good to see you back with the national team. You spoke a couple weeks ago about how desperate you were to return for this window. Why is that? And how much do you think you can contribute physically with 3 games in 7 days? Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's always first and foremost, it's always an honor to play for the national team. So, yeah, whenever I get the chance, I love to come in. I love the group of guys. I love the staff we have here. It's great energy, great vibes here, always. But, yeah, and also I just want to help the group. I know I can help the group just with my playing and just being here. And obviously I've been with the group in the past many times. So, yeah, we got really important games. And, yeah, our main goal is just to go to the World Cup, and that's what I'm kind of here to help us do. So, and then, yeah, I guess over the 3 games, obviously I'm coming off a long injury. So, yeah, we're going to see. I'm definitely going to be managed in some sort of way, but, yeah, we'll see. We're figuring it out now, and, yeah, I'm sure the main goal is obviously to qualify and then obviously to leave the camp healthy. So, yeah, we're going to be smart with it.
Next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks, Gio, for doing this. Good to see you back in a U.S. shirt. You got a full 90 under your legs now with Dortmund, and you played centrally. How did it feel to go the distance in a game and to have that type of workload? And do you feel like you could, somewhere across this window, put in a 90? And have you talked at all to Greg about playing centrally versus playing on the wing when you do get your chance? Thank you.
Yeah, I can play either. I've done it for Dortmund. I've done it here too. So we're open to a lot of things. Yeah, we have to wait and see what the plan is for the game and obviously the lineup. So, but we've talked about it. It's definitely a possibility, but it's definitely a possibility to play on the wings too. And then, yeah, I wasn't expecting to play the 90 with Dortmund, but maybe did, and I feel good. I feel really good right now. So, yeah, I'm happy there was no reaction, and I'm looking forward to the next games here.
Next question comes from Michael DeCourcy from Sporting News.
Yes, Gio, when you came back, what was missing from your game? Endurance, touch, feel? Was there anything that took longest to get back after such a long absence?
Not really. I guess the main thing was probably just fitness. All the stuff on the field is kind of just, I've been doing it my whole life, so obviously it's going to take some time to get used to it, but that's what I had a few weeks of training before joining the team in games. That's what I had that for, to get used to it, but I think the fitness was probably the main thing, and it's still probably, needs a few more weeks till I'm 100% fit in terms of running and, 90 minutes consistently. So, yeah, it was probably that. It's going to take some time, but I was out for a long time, so I understand that I just got to take it one day at a time and just try to improve.
Next will be Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Gio, for the time. When it comes to, as you said, getting everything under your legs and such, how much of a factor do you think the altitude in Mexico City is going to be, and what stories have been shared by the veterans of this team and obviously maybe some of the veterans in your household about playing in the Azteca? Thanks.
Yeah, I know it's going to be an amazing atmosphere. It's a really tough place to play, and of course they're a quality team. So, yeah, altitude. I mean, maybe they're a little bit more used to it, but it's the same for both teams. We've been preparing for it in any way possible, and yeah, the past summer we were in Denver. I don't know which one is. I think Mexico City's higher, but still, I think it's not anything too crazy for us. I know it's going to be hard, but yeah, I think we have a lot of fit guys that are coming in good form and should be able to fight through it.
Next will be Grant Wall.
Hey, Gio, thanks for doing this. do you remember any specific USA-Mexico games that you attended in person as a kid, and what your thoughts were when you saw the intensity of it?
I don't think I've ever been to a. Maybe I have. I don't remember it. I think my dad retired from the national team when I was only 3 or 4. But no, he's told me about it. I understand. I've heard it from guys here. I've obviously watched many games in Azteca and many games here. So and now obviously I've played in one. So it's always a really good test for us. It's always a really entertaining game for the fans and for the world. So yeah, we're really excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting, and yeah, it's a lot to play for. So it will be great.
Next will be Claudio Villalobos.
Thank you, Michael. Gio, Michael reminded us today with a beautiful story about how Willie Roy scored the first ever U.S. goal at the Azteca Stadium 50 years ago. And that's very nice to go back to that story. Now, it's only been 9 months since you scored against Mexico at the Nations Cup in Denver. And that brings a smile to you, which is good, great. How much, now that you're here, how much bigger would that be if you were to score a goal in Azteca, being that it's a qualifier that will take you pretty much to the World Cup?
Yeah, it's an iconic stadium. Obviously, it's a huge rivalry. Of course, we know it's one of the top teams in our region, and it's never going to be easy against them. But yeah, scoring against them is special, and it was special the first time I did it. And yeah, but I'm not really thinking this time I need to score because we're playing against Mexico. I'm just gonna try to play my game, and if I score, if I get an assist, I'm gonna try to get anything like that. I'm just gonna try to help the team in any way possible. And yeah, we'll see if I score, it'll be great. If I get an assist, it'll be great. And if I don't either, and if we win, it will also be just as great. So yeah, I'm not really focused on that too much. I'm more focused on getting 3 points.
I appreciate the shout out, Claudio, and I did share that with you, but the hard work was done by Jeff Crandall and the rest of the content crew. So I encourage you all to read and watch the amazing story of Willie Roy. Next will be Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Hey Gio, just with the way your injury shaked out, you've had to kind of watch almost all of this World Cup qualifying campaign from afar. And I'm sure as an athlete, as a competitor, that's tough, because I'm sure there are moments where you're looking at it saying like, oh, I could have helped there. I could have helped change the result here. I could have done something here. So what was that like watching from afar? And as someone who wasn't necessarily living in it, were there any things that you could take away being that you were watching it from where you were instead of kind of dealing with it all in the moment?
Yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard being out, just not playing for that amount of time, just in general, not necessarily not with the national team, but just in general, not playing. But of course, yeah, in important qualifier games, it was tough. And, I was staying up late, 3, 4 a.m. watching the games in Germany. So, yeah, it definitely motivated me to try to be back as soon as possible. Of course, it took longer than I would have wanted. But, yeah, now I'm back. And I was there the first game in El Salvador, so I understand how difficult games can be, especially away. So, yeah. We're just looking forward to this camp. We have a lot of experience that we've gained just throughout the last year or so with playing many CONCACAF teams. So, yeah, we're prepared, and, just the main goal is to get to the World Cup, and, I'm confident we can do that.
We'll go to Daniel Nora from Univision.
Thank you, Michael. Gio, welcome back. What a pleasure to see you again. Have you talked with Claudio recently about his previous experiences at Estadio Azteca? Maybe he has some important advice to you, and how have been that conversation with your dad?
I haven't really, to be honest. I haven't talked to him about it recently. I've more talking about the Dortmund games that I've played. We normally talk about that. We chat about daily life, obviously more than anything. But yeah, I'm sure I'll have a conversation before. I had a long travel day, and I was tired, so I didn't get to speak to him that much yesterday. But I'm sure within the next 2 days we'll catch up about it. And yeah, I know they're just as excited as we are. So yeah, they're gonna watch the game, and they're gonna be giving us all the support they can. So it's gonna be great.
Next will be John Lupo.
Excuse me. Thank you, Michael. Claudio, just being that you played the 90 minutes over the weekend for Dortmund, how did you feel coming out of that game, and how do you feel that you'll be able to manage yourself? I'm sure you'll be talking to, or if you haven't already, talked to Greg about managing your minutes and where you'll be able to get in and do what you need to do for these 3 games over these 7 days.
Yeah, I've built up a lot of strength over the last 2 months or 3 months. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with my body at the moment. But yeah, it was great to get 90 minutes before coming into camp. You know, it gave me a huge boost of confidence knowing that I can do it now. So yeah, we're gonna see. There's definitely gonna be time management this camp, and yeah, I've talked to Greg about it, and yeah, we'll figure it out as it goes along, just in terms of what we need, and you know, what games maybe it's better to come in or start. So we'll see, and yeah, we'll come up with an effective, efficient, and a plan where I can stay healthy at the end of it. So
Next will be Pilar Perez from ESPN.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Gio. Welcome back. How much has your perspective changed around this rivalry after what happened last summer and November? Thank you.
Not much has changed, honestly. I knew, yeah, I've heard about stories, obviously, from my dad, just, you know, watching games also. I knew it was going to be a tough game back in Denver, and I know it's going to be a tough game every time we play them. So not much has changed, especially in Azteca. It's going to be that little bit, I guess, intense for us, a little bit harder. But yeah, they have a great crowd, obviously great team. So it's going to be tough to play there. But yeah, we're ready. We're excited, and yeah, we're up for I guess all the things that rivalries bring. So we're ready for it.
Next will be Andrew Jones.
Thank you, Michael. Hey, Gio. You and James Sands, with your great friendship, you know, have had quite an amount of experiences, and particularly, of course, Europa League in terms of meeting Rangers, and now sharing this moment with him. What have you talked about with him over the last few days, and then linking up with him once again for this special occasion? Yeah,
I've known James since I've been 6, 7 years old, so yeah, we go way back. Yeah, it's just nice to be around people that you've known for a long time. You really, yeah, it's kind of a different sort of feeling. I've played with him with NYCFC. I've obviously played against him in Europe, and you know, it's not only him; it's many guys that are coming through my age group, and like Joe Scally, and obviously Gianluca Busio and George are here. So yeah, I play with them since I've been 12 also. So it's just nice to be with people that, you know, you're really tight with and really familiar with, and I guess also that are a little bit closer in age with myself, which is obviously, you know, we're a little bit more immature than I guess some of the older guys. So it's good to have them here. Yeah, it's just nice to have familiar faces. Obviously, James, we played each other a few weeks ago, and yeah, that didn't go as I would have liked, but yeah, it was great to see him. He's doing really well, and I'm really happy for him, and I'm happy he's here, and it's good to be with him here.
Last question for Gio comes from Sanjay.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Gio. Gio, Greg talked about how it's tough to replace someone like Weston. There's no like-for-like replacement for him. Can you talk about what the center mids in the group and you, if you're asked to play there, have to do to help compensate for him not being in the squad? And does Weston not being in the squad, does that make you want to play in the middle any more than you normally would to help influence the game from there? Thank you.
No, I mean, in terms of, I'd feel perfectly comfortable playing there. I think that's number 10 is probably my best position where I grew up playing. So, nah, I'm pretty versatile. I don't think it will change the way I play. I think I've played there for Dortmund recently. I've played on the wing for Dortmund, but my favorite position is probably through the middle. And yeah, obviously Weston does a lot for the team, but yeah, I can, try to fill his shoes if I need to, if I'm asked, and I'm sure there's other guys that are capable of doing it too. So yeah, he's injured right now, so I know he'll be supporting us, and yeah, we're gonna try to get it done for him, and I know he'll be supporting us. So
Thank you, Gio. We'll be right back with Tyler Adams.
thank you guys.